Hey everyone, welcome to Introduction to Scratch, and what we're going to do today is make an account, add a background, and a couple characters that can move. So we're going to go to our course. So for this one I'm going to make it with the Gators ISB page, and then go to Swanigan, and the very first thing under Scratch says you need to log in with this link. This link is specific to your class, so the name might not look the same, but it will work the same. This link is what takes you into your particular Warrior time so that I'll be able to see and grade your games later on. So we'll hit get started. Your username should be your ID number followed by your initials, and then your password should be your locker combination. So maybe I don't have a locker, so I'm just going to go 01-01-01. It's the same thing that you use to log into your computer. Okay, so then we'll hit next step. I don't really care what you put for your birth month, but for your birth year, I'd like you to be older than 2002. I don't care what you put for your gender. I need you to leave your country as United States because that's what makes it be English. If I'm going too fast, pause the video. Hit next step. And it says, hooray, welcome to Scratch, you made an account, and it's inside your Warrior time. So now I'll click go to class. When I get into here, yours is going to have your ID number that you just created up here in the corner. Okay? It says that I am a curator in my own thing because I just made a dummy account. And right now, I am the only student in this class. Your names or ID numbers will all appear here after you get logged in. So then what I want you to do is hit create. This is where you get to build your games. So in this big blank space in the middle, that's going to be where you put all your code. Down here is where you control your characters and choose them. And here's your backdrops. So for this one, I'm going to click choose a backdrop, and I'm going to think, okay, I need a little story to tell today, so what kind of story will work for me? Since I am making this because I think we're going to have an e-learning day tomorrow, I'm going to choose a chalkboard. And then I'm not a big fan of the cat, so I'm going to pick a new sprite. I like Abby. She's a good sprite. And then I'm going to drag her to the corner where I want her to start the game. Since I don't want the cat anymore, I can click on him down here and hit the little delete button. So right now I just have Abby. So what I want Abby to do is say hello to her students. So over here is where I have all my code. And every piece of code starts with an event. The first event we're going to use is when green flag clicked, because that green flag is what tells the game to start. So I'm going to start with when green flag clicked. And I want Abby to start right where she is now. And we're going to make her move in a minute. So I'm going to go to motion. And I'm going to say go to that position that she's in right now. So then if she somehow gets moved up here, when I hit my green flag, she goes back to where I told her to start. I'm also going to go to looks, and I'm going to tell this chalkboard background that is what my game should start on, so that if I add another background, my game understands where to start. And then I want Abby to say hello, which is also under looks. So I'm going to drag that in there too, hit my green flag. Wonderful, Abby says hello. And then I want her to say, it is a beautiful snow day. So she says hello, and then she says it's a beautiful snow day. And then she's going to say, let's learn how to move in Scratch. I don't care if you use this background. I don't care if you use Abby. I don't care what it says. I just want you to get the general idea of how to do all this. Okay, so you can pick all your own stuff. Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to drag out another when green flag clicked. And then I'm going to tell Abby how to move. Now, movement code requires us to use arrow buttons or WASD. I'm going to use the arrow buttons. And it requires us to think in math terms. which for us is the x-axis, which goes across, and the y-axis goes up and down. So I want Abby, every single time I touch that right arrow button, I want Abby to walk to the right. So under control, I'm going to say forever if. And then since I need my computer to sense when I'm pushing the button, I'm going to go to sensing, and it defaults to key space pressed, but I'm going to change that to right arrow. And I know I'm going pretty fast in these videos, but you can pause it until you find your code and then start it right back up. So after I press the right arrow, I need her to move, which is under motion. Now we've got just move 10 steps, which is fine, but it's never going to move the way you want it to specifically. So we need to go down and say change X by. Change X by means right and left. A right arrow is a positive number, so we're going to leave that at a positive 10. When I hit my green flag, I hit my right arrow. She walks across the stage. Now, I want to make her go left. I want her to go back to where she started. I am a lazy coder, so I'm going to put my mouse on the word if, right-click, duplicate, gives me this whole thing again, and it has to go between the two oranges. Okay, it can't go under the blue. Between the two oranges, I'm going to change this to a left arrow and a negative 10. Hit my green flag. Now she goes right and left. Now for this, it doesn't really make sense for her to go up and down, but we're going to code it anyway because we're going to save this for later. So I'm going to hover over the word if again, duplicate between the oranges, and this time I'm going to choose up arrow. Now X is my right and left, which means I need to change Y by 10 to make her go up, because Y is up and down. Duplicate that again, negative 10. Hit my stop and start. She goes right, she goes left, she goes up and down. Oh, mine doesn't work because I forgot to change this one to a down. Try that again, up and down. Once this code is made, this movement code, we're going to put it in our backpack. Your backpack allows you to take code between games, so you never have to write this code again. So I'm going to open my backpack, and yours is probably empty, but I'm going to click and hold, so I'm kind of dragging that movement code around the screen, and I'm going to drag it into my backpack, and the whole thing turns blue. And then I'm going to drop it. As soon as you drop it in there, your backpack will show that it has code in it. I already have it in there, so I'm not going to drop it again. Here's what you need to turn in for today. This screen right here, we're going to name this Day 1. Save now. And then I want you to go to your ID number, and I want you to go to My Stuff. And mine's going to look a little different because I'm the teacher of the class, but over here you're going to see something that says Studios. On your Studios, you should see the one that says whoever your Warrior Time teacher is, in this case Hubler. But this is the screen I want you to take a snip of, okay? So you're going to pull up your snipping tool, and I want to see all of this, because I'm looking that this has your number and that your studio says Hubler somewhere in here. This is the snip you turn in for today. And that's only if this is a snow day. If you're watching this because you were absent, probably won't have that turn in. If it's a normal kind of day, this is only if there's a snow day. Okay? If you have any questions, send me a message and I will get back to you.